Good morning, YouTube. I figured I'd make my first video here before I join the Army and head off to Fort Jackson on October 31st. That's when my reception starts. And then come November 6th, I should be down in Fort Relaxin Jackson. And then after that, all the way later on in February, I'll be heading to AIT in Fort Eustis to become a 15 Romeo, should everything fall in place. But I figured to make a little quick tag here on YouTube about what life is like before going into the military. You know, it all depends on who you are, how old you are, you know, if you're married or not married. You know, getting in the military is a serious decision, but at the same time, it can be a very, very enlightening and enriching experience if you make it. It took me a little while to get in. I'm currently enlisting through the Army active, and no clue where my duty station will be just yet, but you don't get to find out until after AIT. You know, you got to complete all the training first, and then after that you get your station. But as of right now, I just figured I'd drop a first video here, tell people what it'd be like, you know, outside of military for now. Working in the civilian side, private, you know, I was working for a very good company, and long story short, you know, they had a lot of concessions that a lot of companies normally don't have. But with the military, I see a lot more growth and progression for myself as a human being, and also as, you know, myself, that I've always wanted to join to serve the country, but even more so, I want to become more than I am. That's definitely something you can learn in the military. You know, should you push yourself, because that's what it seems like a lot of basic training does these days. You know, you can kind of compare it today, you know, 2017, to a couple years back, and then another couple decades back. You know, you can kind of compare those three instances now, a little bit back, further back, to how, you know, basic training is handled. A lot of times you find out that, you know, people can get their cell phones, and, you know, people from several decades back all of a sudden, like, that's heresy. But it does have advantages and disadvantages, and it's also a very great reward tool, you know, because basic training is to teach you something. So the more you learn, the better you perform. Why not give you a reward? You know, why not get that extra time, you know, to yourself? And what better way to do it than by taking away individual freedoms you have before the military, and then once you join the military, you lose certain freedoms, but at the same time, when you get them back as you go along, you deserve them. But in my opinion, you know, I think that's a very good system. I think it's a very good way to teach people, you know, what it means to grow, what it means to grow yourself. But even more so, you know, being in the civilian side and being blessed with, you know, a great wife, great job, but it wasn't very fulfilling to me. A lot of people say you join the military because of a glass ceiling. I still have plenty of opportunities in mind, but this is a long-time project of mine that I've been working on. And a lot of people think that, you know, it's a drop in pay. Sure, a lot of positions are, but at the same time, you know, when you start into a brand new company, you often start at their lower pay bracket. Sure, you can negotiate better, but most of the time you start at the bottom a little bit there. But I'll close off this YouTube just saying that life before military, you know, it's pretty interesting. Sure, it might not be as physically strenuous. Some people, like myself, you know, try to stay physically active every day. My own regiment usually involves a good set of 20 pull-ups, you know, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, one-man punch. Wait, one punch man. But after that, I always try to go for a good long run, at least 3 miles every day. But that's about 5 days a week, and, you know, 7 days a week is more so, you know, like I do like 6 miles, you know, a good run, you know, a good warm-up of, you know, 30 diamond push-ups, you know, 30 1, 2, 3, 4 sit-ups, you know, where you rock your body. Most more so crunches because you're by yourself. But I figured I'd drop a little line here, you know, as far as, you know, my physicality, my intelligence. Well, I don't have a college degree, but I do have 3 years of college through a college back in Cincinnati. Currently live in Philadelphia. Came out here for the job. But long story short, just excited to join the military. but basic training is basic training. So hopefully we'll keep my head on straight. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good one.